Hello everyone, good afternoon to one and all. I am Mrs. Priyanka Manapure, representing Global Product Compliance. And for today's masterclass session, we have Brexit and UK Reach, the latest updates. So the key points of discussion for today's presentation are, we will talk about the current updates of Brexit. We will have a discussion on the key events during the transition period, UK Reach and the registration process that is involved. How should the registrations be processed during the transition period and the post-transition scenario? Who needs to comply with UK Reach? What are the tonnages, the expected deadlines, and the regulatory fees for UK Reach registrations? We will also have a discussion on data sharing, classification and labeling, and the data cost. We also have some updates that we have received personally from the UK authorities on Brexit and UK Reach. And finally, we will end up this discussion with the take-home message and the question and answer session. So let's begin with the current updates of Brexit. Brexit, ever since 2016, had been the withdrawal of the United Kingdom from the European Union. So as we all are aware, Brexit happened on 31st of January this year, and with a majority of 124 votes in the favor of EU withdrawal agreement bill, the UK finally left the EU, but it is now in a transition period with the EU. So this ongoing transition period is basically the one during which all the current rules will stay the same, thereby allowing the UK and the EU to negotiate on the future relationship. And this transition period is due to last till the end of this year, that is by 31st December 2020. During this transition period, the UK will need to abide by the EU rules, but it will lose membership of its institutions. And also, it will effectively remain in EU's customs union and as a single market, but there will be no British members in the European Parliament. So the main aim of Prime Minister Mr. Boris Johnson is to negotiate a trade deal with the EU during the transition period. The negotiations are currently ongoing and they are expected to last till the end of this month or latest by October. But the UK believes that a post-Brexit trade deal is also possible and the outcome is definitely awaited. With this, the UK is due to stop following the EU rules on the so-called state aid post-transition period, and it has not unveiled the details of its subsequent regime. Post-transition period, the UK Reach would come into effect from 1st January 2021, and all those companies who want to place their chemical substance onto the market of UK will have to register with UK Reach. So these are the key events of the transition period. The green arrows and the green boxes indicate that the deadline have passed, while the red one indicates that this is the awaited deadline. As we just discussed, 31st January 2020 was the day when Brexit happened, while 30th June 2020 was the deadline that was set by UK, where it could decide whether it want to extend the transition period beyond 31st December 2020 or not. So they have taken a decision during the month of June where they have decided not to extend the transition period beyond 31st December. So this means that the ongoing negotiations are for agreement and ratification of the trade deal. The trade deal is because the UK wants to prevent any tariffs that would be imposed onto the exports that it will have to the EU. So if a trade deal is agreed and ratified within time, it is obvious that the UK and the EU will start a new trade deal. But if there is no ratification and no agreement to this trade deal, it means that the UK will have to exit the transition period without a trade deal, thereby meaning that there would be some imposition of tariffs on the exports that would be exported from the UK to the EU country. So let's talk about UK Reach now. The aims and principles of EU Reach are still retained within UK Reach. These include the no data, no market principle, The last resort principle on animal testing is also retained within UK REACH. Access to information for workers and the precautionary principle is also retained. Let's talk about the UK REACH registrations, how these can be processed during this transition period that has started from 31st of January this year to the 31st of December. The UK chemicals industry is currently regulated through a framework which is largely based on EU legislation. The European Chemical Agency is the lead body in implementing this framework, and the main piece of legislation is REACH, registration, evaluation, authorization, and restriction of chemicals. So all those companies who want to currently export their chemical to the UK and the EU will have to procure the services of an only representative. But post-transition period, the EU REACH regulation will be brought into UK law by the European Withdrawal Act of 2018. With this, the EU REACH regulation will be amended in the UK as the UK REACH regulation, and the EU REACH IT would then become the UK REACH IT system in the UK. So during this transition period, EU REACH will continue to apply in the UK, and the businesses do not need to take any action to comply with UK REACH. There is no requirement to transfer UK held registrations to a EU 27 legal entity in order to retain EU market access. Registrations, authorizations, and restrictions in place before the UK left the EU will continue to be valid. The process for registering new chemicals under REACH would remain unchanged. UK companies are still required to register with the European Chemical Agency. The UK will recognize all new decisions relating to the REACH made by the EU. But post-transition period, that is from 1st of January 2021, European Chemical Agency would have no governance and no responsibility towards the registration of chemicals that are being exported to the UK market. Instead, it would be the Health and Safety Executive, which will act as the lead UK regulatory enforcing authority, and it will work all together with the Department of Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, DEFRA. So it is this new regulatory framework that would enable the registration of new chemicals to the online service system, that is UK REACH IT system. So who needs to comply within UK REACH? Non-UK based exporters to the UK, non-EU European Economic Area based exporters to the UK, UK based EU REACH registration holders, UK-based downstream users or a distributor, UK-based formulators, and UK-based importers or distributors need to have their compliance done within UK REACH. So let's talk about the process of grandfathering and notification. For the UK held registrations that are done by UK-based importers, grandfathering is a solution before the post-transition period, and this should be followed by the complete registration of the chemical. Grandfathering is nothing but notifying about the registration to the HSE authorities, and this will help in legal recognition of the registration in the UK then. So this is the new deadline that has come up recently, which says that grandfathering has to be done by 30th of April next year. And post this, the complete registration has to be completed within 2, 4 or 6 years from 28th of October 2021. This will depend upon the tonnage band deadlines, and I'll be talking about the tonnage band deadlines in my coming slide. For the EU REACH registrations, businesses relying on the registrations held by EU or European Economic Area based companies, they can continue importing substances as they are doing now on 1st of January 2021. But the UK downstream users will have to notify about their intention to import any substance from the EU or EEA area to the HSE in a process called downstream user import notification. So this doing notification has to be done by 27th of October next year. And if you are a non-UK based exporter to the UK, so all new substances that will be brought into the UK market post transition period will have to be registered under UK REACH by registering it with the HSE agency and by procuring the services of an UK based only representative. So any new registration must then be submitted to the HSE within 2, 4 or 6 years of 28th October 2021, depending on the tonnage band deadline. So what are the tonnages, the expected deadlines and the regulatory fees involved? UK REACH is said to be an adaptation of EU REACH. So we can believe that all those substances which will be exported to the UK market in a tonnage band of more than 1 ton per annum will have to be registered. And this is the latest information that has been shared by the government of UK. They have divided the deadline into three, depending on the tonnage as well as the hazardous properties of the chemicals. So 2 years from 28th October next year, the chemicals which are being exported in a tonnage band of 1,000 metric tons per year will have to be registered. And if any chemical has carcinogenic, mutagenic, and reproductive activity, or in a tonnage band of more than equal to 1 metric ton per year, or if it is toxic to the aquatic organism and is going into the UK market in a tonnage band of more than equal to 100 metric ton per year, then it will have to be registered by this date. Likewise, for those chemicals which will be exported to the UK market in a tonnage band of 100 metric tons per year and more than equal to 1 metric ton per year, have a deadline of 4 years from 28th October 2021 and 6 years from 28th October 2001 respectively. If we talk about the regulatory fees, this is the information that has been shared by the DEFRA authorities, and they have indicated that the UK REACH fee structure and the cost is going to remain the same as that is charged by the ICA, and it will be on the same basis in terms of tonnage and the size of the company, but the further details are awaited from them. So let's talk about data sharing. Currently, there is no information about REACH UK, much more information about REACH that is available. But there were some there were some white papers that were released and draft chemicals annex that was released by the UK during the mid of this year. And if we consider the Article 8 of draft chemicals annex, it says that the UK and the EU should agree to share data, risk assessments, scientific information, or priority substance information and assessment methodologies. It should also cooperate on the dissemination of the data that is related to chemical safety. Both the parties should provide available non-confidential information on chemicals as requested by the other party. And if required, the UK and the EU should enter into consultations on scientific information in the context of new and emerging issues that are related to the hazards posed by the chemicals on the human health or the environment. What about classification and labeling then? Article 7 of Draft Chemical Annex mentions that the UK and the EU shall implement the UNGHS system of classification, and each party shall also periodically update its implementation based on the regular revisions of UNGHS. What about the data cost? Whether there will be duplicate data that would have to be represented in UK REACH, and would that incur duplicate cost? These are still questions which are currently unanswered, and much more details are awaited in the coming weeks. But if we believe on Article 120 of REACH, it says that ICA can permit to share information with a third country government or national authority, provided that the main purpose of that government or national authority is cooperation on chemicals management. So the CEFIC and UKCI Chemicals Industry Association hopes that this existing provision of Article 120 of REACH will be retained in UK REACH as well. Finally, we have some latest updates on UK REACH that we have received from the UK authorities. Global Product Compliance is in constant touch with the UK agency to get as much as update on UK REACH. And they have mentioned that since the EU-UK trade negotiations are currently ongoing, so the precise details are still under discussion. And they have indicated that this legislation is likely to be similar and can be drawn up from the no deal scenario. And it is more likely to be based on the original no deal statutory instrument for UK REACH. The online service of UK REACH IT system, which is said to be comply with UK REACH, it is still under construction and it will go live from 1st of January next year. This online service can be used for validating the existing EU-UK registrations. Then it will also be used for submitting downstream user import notifications, to submit new substance registrations, and also to submit PPORD notifications. Finally, we have some take-home messages for you. Start preparing inventory of substances that are being placed in the UK market or will be placed in the UK market as a part of your future business, but in a quantity of more than 1 ton per annum. You should also check whether the substance is registered in EU REACH. If yes, who is the EU REACH LR and whether it is going to take the lead position for UK REACH as well. You should also have a discussion with the EU REACH LR on the data access for UK, whether there would be any discounts or what would be the fee and the administrative charge. And you should also identify an OR facility which can help you with your UK REACH compliances. The most important thing is that you need not wait till 31st of December to appoint an OR to be in compliance with your UK business. So we at GPC UK are already providing a OR facility to our clients so that they comply with their UK business. If you have any compliance activity, you can definitely contact us for much details. Finally, you should also keep updated about your about the recent developments and recent updates on UK REACH, and you can visit our website www.gpcgateway.com. That's all from today's presentation. Thank you very much.